Get your notebook. It's math time. Yay, math time. Okay. Crack open your notebook. Remember, if your next new page or blank page is on the back, we're going to use the backs. So we save space. So, for example, like this was my writing listening sentences from earlier. So now we're going to do math. So math right here. We're gonna be drawing a couple pictures right now. So number one, let's write down the word point. P-O-I-N-T, and we're going to draw what a point is. Point looks like this, and we're going to use points today to draw shapes. That's a point. Okay, here we go. Number two is a line segment. Line segments are used to make squares, rectangles, shapes. So let's write down line segment, and then I'm going to show you what a line segment looks like when we draw it. Okay, so line segment. So a line segment is made up of 2 points. So next to my line segment, I'm going to make a point, and then I'll make another point, and then if I connect the dot style, boom. That's called a line segment. It's a line segment. So now a line segment has 2 endpoints. So now they're called endpoints. So here it's just called a point, but if they're part of a line segment, now they're called endpoints. So a line segment has 2 endpoints. Okay. Our next word for number 3 is array. All right. So here's the deal for array. Array, we're going to make a line segment again. So point, connect. So there's your line segment. But now array keeps going on one end, so an arrow. So array has one endpoint and has an arrow, which means keeps going on forever. So array has one endpoint, and then the other side just goes with an arrow. So that's called array. All right. So number 4 is a line, and here's how you make a line. Well, I know you know how to make a line, but in math terms. So we're gonna start with a point. You connect, right? So that's your line segment. If I do this, now it's array. Now if I do it on this end, now it's a line. So a line goes on forever in opposite directions. So the arrows illustrate that, right? It goes, think of like a road, cars going both ways. Whereas this one, it's like a one-way, cars can only move one way. Or think of like a flashlight. Like if I'm holding a flashlight, I turn a flashlight on, the light will go on forever, maybe, on one direction, but no light will come out of the other end. So something like that. Okay. So these are the 4 terms you got to know today. Some other things we got to know. We're going to talk about shapes. So there are open shapes and closed shapes. So 5. Closed shape. So we'll write down closed shape. I'm going to show you an idea of what a closed shape is. Got that? Got closed shape? So a closed shape is a shape with no opening. So here's what that looks like. So if I draw a point, everybody draw a point, and then I draw a line segment going down. I draw a line segment going over. I draw a line segment coming up, right? And if I connect it, boom. That is a closed shape. So like there's no openings anywhere in the figure. So if I start at this endpoint and I work my way all the way around and I come back to it, it's closed. So let's show you what they call an open shape. Open shape. Here's what an open shape is. If I have an endpoint, right, and I go down, draw a line segment, I go over, line segment. If I go up and I stop, that's called an open shape, obviously, because it's open, right? If it rains, rain's getting inside. Whereas this one, or think of like an army. If I'm attacking army, I can't get inside anywhere to attack the inside. But if I attack this guy, I can get inside up here. So that's why it's open. So an open shape starts at one end point, but does not get back to the same end point. This one, closed shape, does do that. So you have to keep these things in mind as we move through math today. All right. So with that said, I'm going to show you some things here. So here's what we just made. Point, an exact position or location. So there's a point on that line. Here we go. We talked about endpoints, points that are used to show segments of lines. So we have two endpoints here. We talked about that. This is array. Array, if you notice, has one endpoint, one arrow. But so they left off point here, which is okay. You can do that. That's also. So here's the things about a array. Is straight, is part of a line, has one endpoint. So it has one endpoint here. This side goes on forever. So when you draw it, you don't have to show this. Like you could just do this. Boom, boom. And that's understood to be a array. All right, what else we got here? A line. So we drew a line, two arrows. Is a straight path, continues in both directions, does not end. A line segment we drew earlier is straight, is part of a line, has two endpoints. Okay. So down here is a square, right? If you notice the square has how many endpoints? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 endpoints. How many line segments? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 line segments. Okay, I told you we're going to enter in the magical world of shapes today. All right, yeah, I'm working on the Go Math book. I know you guys don't have your Go Math book, which is fine. If you guys just follow along with me, you'll be good to go if you're writing this stuff down. Okay, closed shape. So we just talked about closed shapes, didn't we? Let's see. Plane shapes can be open or closed. A closed shape starts and ends at the same point. So we just did the square, right? So if I put an endpoint here, if I work my way around, I get back to the same endpoint. Circle, if I put an endpoint here, if I work my way around the circle, I get back to the endpoint. Obviously, they're all closed. Remember, the army, if an army is trying to attack, it cannot get inside any of these figures. These are all closed figures. So what we're going to do right now, it says, in the space below, draw more examples of closed shapes. So we're going to do that in our notebook. So let's go with number 7. We're going to draw some closed shapes. So idea is, so give me a triangle. So give me an endpoint. So we're going to come down with a line segment. We're going to go over with a line segment. And we're going to connect that point. So that's a closed shape, right? Let's do some more. A circle. So start with an endpoint. Go around and come back to that endpoint. Another closed shape. Rectangle. Endpoint. Down. Line segment. We make another line segment. Say, come up. Come over. Another closed shape. So there's my closed shapes for 7. I'm going to show you the book now. Let's see here. These are an open shape. Does not start and end at the same point. So they're going to give me like this. So an endpoint here, right? And it stops. So that's an open shape. This piece does not work its way back here. See, this is definitely open. If I start here, I can't. I don't get back to the first endpoint. It's definitely open. If I'm an army, I could get inside and attack. Boom. This is also open, right? This is open. If I start here, do I get back to the beginning? Nope. I stop right there. I could definitely get inside here. Another one, right? If I start here, I come around. It's definitely open. So these are open shapes. So now we're going to go back to our notebook because it's going to say, in the space below, draw more examples of open shapes. All right, so we'll do number 8, open shapes. So I'm going to act like I'm going to start drawing a circle, but then stop. Stop. That's an open shape. I'm going to act like I'm drawing a triangle, then stop. Come down, come over, and stop. That's an open shape. Act like you draw a square, and then stop. Start here, down, over, up. And that's also an open shape. Okay, so that's good there. Come over here. Let's see what we got here. Write how many line segments the shape has. Okay, so they're going to give us a triangle. How many line segments do you guys count? Well, here's 1, right? That's 1. And that's 2. And that's 3. So that is 3 line segments. So for number 9, yeah, we're keeping track of this stuff. 3 line segments. Boom. All right, we're moving on. Here we go. Here's the game. Circle all the words that describe the shape. All right, number 2. Well, actually, we're going to mark 10, right? We're going to mark 10 in our book. So there's a picture. Is it a ray? Yes, it's a ray because it has one end point, and it has the other side's an arrow. It goes on and on forever on one end. It's a point. That's a point right there to describe the shape. There's a point on the figure, and the figure is also a ray. So, number 2, I'm going to write down ray and point. I'm sorry, we're at 10. Where am I at here? 10. So, we're going to say ray plus point. Okay. Here we go. So, we did that one. Let's go to this one. So, I'm going to call this one 11. Just to make it easier for us. 11. Okay, is that an open shape or is that a closed shape? It's definitely a closed shape. So 11, we're going to write down closed. 11 is closed. All right, here we go. We're going to call this guy 12. 12, is that open shape or is that a closed shape? Obviously, it's open, right? Because you can get inside here. If you start here, you don't get back to the beginning. So, what am I doing? Mr. K, you're messing up. That's open, right? Open shape. So go back to your notebook. That one is open. All right, here we go. I'm going to call this one 13. Is that a line or a line segment? Well, let's check. I know a line has 2 arrows on the end. And I know a line segment has 2 endpoints. It's definitely a line segment. So 13, we're going to write down line segment. Line segment. All right, here we go. New game. All right, this one's going to be 14. Let's see what the job is here. Write whether the shape is open or closed. All right, easy peasy. What's that? That's open. Okay, so write in your notebook, 14. I'm not going to go back and forth. It'll just be easier this way. So 14 is open. Write down open. This is 15. Looks like a sleeping mask or something like that. What do you think that is? Open or closed? That's closed. So 15, we're writing closed. Because you can't, if you start here, you get back to the beginning. It's closed. We're going to call this 16. What do you think 16 is? 16 is definitely closed again, because you can't get inside anywhere, right? All the way around. That's closed. 16 closed. All right. We're going to call, this is 17. Go along with our notebook. Write how many line segments the shape has. Okay, so remember a line segment goes from like the points here. So 1, it's 1, right? So 1, from here to here is 2. From here to here, that's 3. And then this is going to be 4. So 17 has 4 line segments. Got it? All right, here we go. This is 18. Oh, man, look at this. You might want to pause the video here to count this up. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you guys get 8 line segments? All right. This is, what number is this one? This would be 19, right? 19. Here we go. How many line segments? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 4 line segments, number 19. All right, here we go. Write whether the shape is open or closed. All right, so this is 20. Open or closed? It's closed, right? Can't get in anywhere. 21, what's this? Open or closed? That's open. Obviously, there's an open gap, space right there. That's open. This will be 22 in your notebook. Open or closed. That's closed. All right, that's 22. This will be 23. Yeah, I'm sure the numbers aren't messing anybody up out there. Open or closed. Closed. Mr. Cat's messy writing. Closed. Got it? Got it? All right, moving on. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got a picture. I'm going to read the directions for us right here. What's the error? Brittany says there are 2 endpoints in the shape shown at the right. Is she correct? Explain. Do you guys see 2 endpoints? I see 1 endpoint. I see an arrow. So no. So let's see. Brittany says there are 2 endpoints in the shape shown at the right. Is she correct? Explain. We'll say no. There is 1 endpoint. Okay. So what number was this? I was 23, right? So we're gonna make this one 24. I'm gonna write this down for you guys. So 24. So how many endpoints? It's 1 endpoint, right? Okay, so we'll say no, comma, there is only 1 endpoint. Okay. We're going to move on to the next one. Everybody see that shape right there? Let's see what we got to do here. How can you make the shape at the right a closed shape? Change the shape so it is a closed shape. All right, let's draw this, you guys. So in our notebooks, let's draw that first, and then we have to make it a closed shape. Oh, man, how am I going to do this? You guys make me work hard on this one. All right, 25, right? So we have to draw that. Let's see. So, I'll give you a shot real quick. So we're going to go over. We're going to kind of dip in a little bit. We're going to come up a little bit. Come straight down. Go over. It's kind of looking like a fish. Okay, so if you guys have that, all we got to do is connect the dots and go boom, straight down, and you're good to go, right? All right, there you go. That one's easy. So again, so you want to draw that in your notebook, and then you're going to close off that one side and make it a closed shape. All right, let's see what we got to do here. 2 more. Look at Carly's drawing at the right. What did she draw? How is it like a line? How is it different? Change the drawing so that it is a line. Okay, so that's a ray because it has 1 endpoint and 1 arrow. So yeah, if you want to make that a line, so hang on, let's draw this. So here's what she has, right? She made a ray. So if you want to make this a line, I would connect another piece onto it. So she had this, and I would connect another piece onto it like that. I'll make it a line. I know it's a line because it has 2 arrows on the end. All right, what else do we got here? Draw a closed shape in the workspace by connecting 5 line segments at their endpoint. 5 line segments. Ooh, this is fun. So we have to make a closed shape with 5 line segments. Here's how you do that. So we're going to make it like a house or home plate. So what I mean by that is you make an endpoint at the top. Come down on both sides. So we have 2 line segments like that. So it's like a roof of a house. And then you're going to come straight down like this. And then straight down on that side. And then you connect at the bottom. So it looks like a home plate or a house. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yup, there you go. All right, and this will be our last one. Draw each shape where it belongs in the table. All right, so we can do this one out loud. Is this open or closed? Closed. Is this open or closed? Open, right? Space down here. This is open because the space is up here, and that's closed. All right, you guys, stand by. That was a lot, wasn't it? Woo, that was a lot. I'm going to ask you a question or 2 about this lesson, and hopefully you can get the answers right. All right. Stand by, because after this, we're going to go to move to math. More math. Yeah.